I am here with Orioles closer Mychal Givens. We're going into camp now. You've kind of got a lot of new guys out there on the pitching staff and the bullpen, a lot of guys kind of fighting for roles. What has it been like in camp for you this year?
It's been really good, especially a lot of new faces, but a lot of veteran faces like Iglesias, I think, and Austin Hayes having a great end of the year, 2019, and I think having him and Hunter Harvey, hopefully a healthy year, and Cody Carroll would be really good.
Yeah, Hunter came on really strong at the end of last season for you guys as he came up. Guy throws 100 miles an hour. How much do you guys kind of feed off each other in the bullpen and fed off his energy that he kind of brought in at the end of the season?
Oh, it was tremendous. It helped me. It had me to come in and just establish the ninth, and he was in the eighth. It was really good, and his dad has a really great influence. I'm happy to always see his dad when he comes to the games. His dad has very nice MLB experience, and have a dad like that, and having Hunter Harvey being on the role in that situation to learn how to play baseball.
Do you feel like you had some struggles personally last year? Do you feel like having him in that setup role will make you better as a closer? Do you think maybe you want to go back into that setup role? Where are you more comfortable?
I'm comfortable in any situation. I just had Darren O'Day, Brad Brock, Zach Britton. I was lucky and fortunate to have great guys in the bullpen. But last year, it's a struggle because I think we were young and we wasn't really bouncing off each other really well, and we're a really young team. But I say having all the guys that already had their feet wet going into another good year. And Hunter Harvey, I think, been knowing him since he first got drafted, and now having him last year was really good.
Mm-hmm. You, especially early in the year, you were used so much, and perhaps wearing down could have contributed to some of the struggles later in the season a little bit for you. Do you feel like heading in with a little more depth in the bullpen this year will help you guys out as a whole?
Tremendously. Going in last year, just try to put all the load on me, but I wanted it, but it just didn't work out. That's how baseball is. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But having Richard Blyer was hurt in the beginning of the year, and he was a really great pitcher, and people doesn't realize how much great years he had. And Miguel Castro had struggles, so everything was got kind of put on me and try to get through it for our organization. I told him I can handle it, but we just didn't get it done. But this year, I think, is having a lot of great guys coming in, healthy, ready to go, and it's going to establish the bullpen better.
Yeah, you return all of the guys you had last year, adding a couple more to the mix. Same thing with the starting rotation this year. They brought in a number of guys to kind of fill out that rotation. Guys are competing for jobs. So you personally, what are you working on this spring?
Just stay humble and stay established, like trying to win a job, and just making the bullpen a lot of energy, having fun. I think I need to work on, because when it had all those guys, veteran guys in 18, got traded so quick. So I was like in the role of being a veteran guy. So I had to, I think, taking that role and being understandable about how to be a leader, how to learn how Darren O'Day did, and use what Darren O'Day did to us and put it into my own mix. And I think it'll be a little helpful going into this year.
What did you learn about how to be a leader that you want to maybe do differently or do better this year?
Just being able to communicate a little bit better, teaching the kids, the guys in the bullpen, and like, hey, we need to be a team. I always say pass the baton, and that's the thing that Darren used to teach us, is doesn't matter how your numbers are, if you know how to stop the bleeding, when getting our defense back in the dugout and let them score runs, and just knowing that you could inherit the runs and stop the bleeding, and just go out there and have fun and have confidence every day, and forget the things what you did the day before.
Yeah, put it in your rearview mirror. When you hear criticism of your team, and specifically a lot of people say the Orioles pitching staff, they point to the struggles of the team with the pitching staff. What is your reaction to that?
It's a little frustrating, because they want to point at the pitching staff, but it's a whole team, and it's really frustrating to keep on constantly hear about pitching staff. The reason why we weren't good because of pitching. I think we were really pretty good. We had a good stints, and that's what a rebuilding team is. But when we're not doing whole as a great defensively, that's really tough to establish just one thing is pitching. But I think establishing that we have Iglesias and Austin Hayes and a good catcher, Severino, And a lot of guys have got their feet wet from last year. I think it's going to be more established, good defensive team and help our bullpen and the pitching staff out.